So I live in sunny California right now, and it's currently being barbecued. So you might have seen it on the news. Somewhere in San Francisco, there are orange skies, and most parts of California it's like raining ashes as a result of all these wildfires. And it honestly feels like pretty apocalyptic, like we're on the surface of Mars or something. Just a few weeks ago on the Labor Day weekend, we had like extreme temperatures. We had like, at least in my area, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And like just a week later, it's back to normal, like 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So like, what's up with that? So even in other states, in like Oregon, for example, they had like extreme heat wave, and then the next day or so they had like a snowstorm. So how does it go from like 120 degrees Fahrenheit to like snowing? So all this is just like crazy stuff, like so many drastic changes. And like, what's the reason for this? Straight up, it's like largely due to climate change. And it's gonna continue to happen because we continue to neglect the fact and like address this issue. So first off, let's talk about the wildfires because I'm living through it right now. I'm like breathing the ashes right now. Here in California, wildfires, they're pretty normal every single year. Trees grow like right when it's winter time and there's some rain coming in. All that rain allows trees to grow. Eventually, once it reaches summer, there's no more water coming in for them, so then they eventually die. And that's just like a normal plant cycle, right? So we're all here on the same page. So after the rainy season, they grow. Eventually, they stop getting water, so then they die. Now all that dried up plant material, like all that dried up wood, it's still there. Like it's just sitting there on the mountain or whatever. So now you have like basically good burning fuel just sitting there. And eventually, through time, through natural occurrences like lightning strikes, or people might just be negligent and cause some fires. Eventually some sort of small little fire starts, whether it's through nature or through humans. So we get some fire, and then eventually for like responsible humans, we will contain it, we'll put it out, and then like all is well. So that process right there was just like a natural occurring plant life cycle, and then like maybe a little fire cycle. Things just happen in nature that we can't really control. But climate change makes this all worse. So imagine like the same process that I just explained, just trees growing, trees dying, having that burning material, that fuel, just sitting there. And then now, with climate change happening, imagine that fire starting during like an intense heat wave. Who in their right mind wants to like put that out during an intense heat wave? Because now you gotta worry about like the fire starting, and then now you have to worry about like the heat wave. So like the fire starting was just natural, and then now this heat wave was sort of predictable. But all this happened at the same time. And as things escalate and build up, now you just have like a gigantic uncontrolled wildfire that is like just affecting millions of people's lives. It's not just like a small fire that's burning the area. Now you have to worry about things like putting out the fire. Now you have to think about like the resources used for it, the air quality, and all that stuff that's like happening because of this fire. So the consequence of like California overall being like barbecued is that we have prolonged bad air quality, right? Because now it's just not like a small little contained fire, like a little campfire. It's like a gigantic statewide fire. You have things like an orange sky in like San Francisco due to like smog and other chemical reactions that are happening up in the air. And so that poor air quality, that'll eventually have like long-term effects that will affect people who are already like prone to air-related illnesses. So maybe if you have like asthma or pneumonia, then well, now you're in a worse situation. It's harder to breathe. I can't even work out anymore. People like to go outdoors. Like now they're being affected because like now they can't go outdoors anymore unless they want to have some sort of breathing problem in the future. It's physically like raining ashes. So like you see cars that are like dumped and filled with like ashes on top now. And also you got like millions of dollars lost because of lost property. Like property just burned up. So all this stuff has like a horrible effect on like not only the economy but like the environmental health, human health. Like this is just the whole train wreck right here. We just need like better prevention from this happening in the future. To me, prevention is better than reaction. So we have to like address the issue head on rather than like react to, oh, there's a fire. How about we think, let's just not start a fire in the first place. So we have to address things like climate change. You have to address things like lack of action or lack of knowledge. People who are negligent or don't care about the consequence. So yes, only like you can prevent a forest fire. Be smart with your actions. Overall, these events, like they will have very long-term and negative effects in the future. Like if we don't address this now, we're putting people's lives at risk just because we're like too lazy to start thinking about the risk, or we're just like too lazy to do something about it right now. Like it's more of a mindset where we're thinking, let's just worry about it later, or let the other future generations or kids handle that rather than have us worry about it right now. How about you just be smart about it, plan about it in the future, and realize that this will affect people in the long run? Why react to something when you can prevent it? And now we got like the entire half of America, like at least the west coast of America, like being hit from this. It's just the lack of action in this issue. And now we're being affected right now. So I mean, the more we prolong this, the longer we wait in the future, the worse it's gonna be. I don't know how many lives have to be taken in order for people to like wake up and realize this. So it's just like a shame to see this, and it's like really affecting everyone's lives, not just mine. And like right now, as I'm filming this, like the lighting looks sort of dark and hazy. It's not because it's like cloudy where I'm living in California. While I'm filming this, it's like in the middle of summer, which should be like really hot and really sunny, but it's only foggy because it's like ashy. It's smoggy. It's not fog and water and humidity. It's like it's raining ashes. So like right now is a good time to start addressing these issues, and I hope I don't get like lung cancer in the future. Like I'm trying to do my part. I'm trying to like, save the world, try to reduce, reuse, recycle and all that stuff. But like I don't have the power to like control acres of land and policies and governments and so on. If I could, I would like do these prevention fires by having a controlled fire, or maybe educating more people, putting more regulations during like hot summer times just to control people's behavior. But like sadly I can't. And now we're all reacting to these fires and dealing with the consequences because of it. So I'm filming this right now in 2020. I'm pretty sure 2021 it's gonna be the same thing. There's gonna be like no action, and then like it's just gonna disappoint me again. All my words and like effort sort of just going to waste and falling onto deaf ears. So yeah, 2021, hopefully I don't have lung cancer by then. Goodbye.